Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, click like, subscribe, or if you'd rather, just comment. Uh, and to those of you who are not new and have been subscribed for a very long time now, welcome back. I'm Cookie Bites VA, or Raven, and today I'll be doing my English assignment for you all. Wow, I know, so cool. But today we are doing Jekyll and Hyde and the doors and representation of the doors within the novella. Now, my first point I have written down here is that the doors have powerful symbolic potential in literature, especially within horror and fantasy genres. So in horror, a door could be represented as let's say an evil character has one, a very dark, mysterious door that could be seen as they are closed in, never talk to anyone. My second point here is that doors can be opened to grant access or an opportunity to something or someone. But on a counteractive part to that, they can also be used protectively or secretively to keep something or someone out. So with my first point, it could be giving access to somebody to let them into your home. But to my second point of that, it could be that somebody has a very big secret that they'd rather not tell. And in Jekyll and Hyde, doors are represented as good and evil, much like Heaven's Gate and Hell's Doors, and also as barriers and access, two symbols and symbolizes the characters. Whoops, I slipped up. Very sorry. My second point is on Dr. Jekyll. Well, not my second point. My second page here is on Dr. Jekyll and how his door can be viewed as both a way to access his character and a representation of his character as well. Now, Dr. Jekyll is a very well-known and successful doctor, and his front door, in a quote, it says that it is the square of ancient, handsome houses, and that its door wears a great air of wealth and comfort. So from that quote, we can kind of see that Dr. Jekyll has a very good home, and he's well respected maybe, which he is, as he is a very successful doctor. He seems like the type of man that if you saw him on the street, you would probably say, you'd probably get praise or something like that. And Jekyll's door is both access and a barrier for Utterson. Now, Mr. Utterson is a lawyer within the novella, and it has been controlled by his servant Paul for 20 years. Now that can mean a lot of things. For one, he has a servant, so he's a very rich, very wealthy, as it says, a great air of wealth and comfort. Comfort can also mean it's very cozy, very welcoming, a place you'd like to stay. And I believe that is all I have for Jekyll. Now we have Mr. Hyde's door. Now, Mr. Hyde's door can be also read as a point of his access to represent his character. Unlike Jekyll's home, though, Hyde's is a sinister block of building thrust forward on the street. It is 2 stories high, shows no window, nothing but a door on the lower story, and a blind forehead of discoloured wall on the upper. It shows the marks of prolonged and sordid negligence, and has a displeasing smile. Now this can show that Jekyll, he's a very closed character, his home seems somewhere you would not want to be, somewhere you'd rather stay far away from. And he seems like a man that if you saw on the street, you'd maybe be very fearful of or move across to the other side. Just someone you'd genuinely avoid. Whereas Jekyll seems like someone you'd talk to, maybe stop and say hello, ask how he's doing. But Hyde seems like that type of person you would never want to see, you would want to run away from, you'd feel like he's very bad. Someone who, if you did see, you'd think was maybe also someone who has done many crimes in their life. Another door in the novella is Jekyll's cabinet in his laboratory. Now, no, I'm not talking about a cabinet as in one that's in your kitchen. No, in Victorian England, this type of cabinet was not a cupboard, but rather a private room. Now, a quote that I have here is a large room fitted with glass presses. Now that can be multiple things. It and it seems like it's a very nice, large, and spacious room, somewhere that once again you'd feel cozy going to. Now, in this room, Jekyll consumes the chemical substance to change him into, Hyde. And despite its cozy furnishing, this room is where Jekyll and Hyde endures a physical and spiritually, no, I meant physically and spiritually, sorry, tormented process of transfiguration. Now, that then makes you feel like you don't want to go there, like you feel scared, but then again, the cozy furnishing makes you want to stay. This is a representation of the both good and evil of both Jekyll and Hyde. And now, just a few, kind of simple down, shortened things is that in this novella, doors represent good and evil, and both points of access and barriers. Now, the point of access and barriers is mainly towards Utterson, as he tries to pry into Jekyll's life to know who Hyde is, as it seems that Jekyll knows quite a bit about Hyde, but what Utterson does not know is that Jekyll and Hyde are both the same person. They also reflect on the characters Jekyll and Hyde as a whole. As I mentioned earlier, they're like both Heaven's Gate, which would be Jekyll's door, and Hell's doors, which would be Hyde's door. And my last point here is the door to Jekyll's laboratory cabinet can be read as symbolising duality of his good and evil nature, as well as transformation. So, it's both good and evil. It represents both Jekyll and Hyde in a sense. And all three doors alternate between functioning points of access and barriers to the characters behind them for Utterson. So during the novella, Utterson is granted access, but both denied, so barricaded from this. And as he struggles to solve the mystery of Jekyll's strange affliction. And I believe that is all I have about the, doors and representation. But to sum it a little bit shorter, Jekyll's door is very welcoming, and Hyde just seems like a very awful character. From just his door. But, as I say, don't judge, and you know what? I'm not judging. Anyway, that's all I have, and that is all I have for my assignment. If you want, my teacher's link will be in the description. Please go subscribe to her and get to 100. She's really close. She's at 67. She's really cool and does so much hard work for my class. And yeah, that's all I have. Thank you. Stay warm. I love you, my cookies. Bye.